All right. So, welcome to our Thursday night event. I am Aaron Lahman, part of our Living Well Now leadership team. And yeah, I'm excited for you to join me, whether you're live on Facebook or if you join me here on Zoom. Yeah, just grateful to be learning and growing alongside each of you. Yeah, and my fascination with this topic or this and in hosting this event is that I love the feelings kit. Young Living has this feelings kit, and it comes with 6 oils, and that's really what we're going to focus on tonight. And I have been on and off here over the last year and a half. I've been using these oils just to support my own mental, emotional health, and so at the end of the event tonight, I will be doing a little mini meditation. So if you choose to hang around, I'll probably start that about 7 minutes before the 30-minute timeline. So we're going to kind of cruise through some of this content and then breathe into that meditation at the end. So the Feelings Kit has just been a super supportive addition to my life here over the last year and a half. I was living alongside my mom after she had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer diagnosis. And so long story short, as the youngest child and an incredible, I love my mom so much. So I really feel like that's what kind of led me into the Feelings Kit. I already kind of always liked the feelings oils that Young Living has. But here over this last year and a half, I've fallen deeper, more deeply in love with the Feelings Kit. So, all right, that being said, let's see if I can scroll through here. So first off, the disclaimer is that I've been using Young Living oil since 2006 and have just been really blessed and by using them and other products that Young Living has. And so, my family and I, we just like to teach workshops about what we've learned and what supports us. I'm not a doctor or a healthcare professional. I'm not telling you if you just use the Feelings Kit, you're going to live forever. That's just not reality. We're all finite human beings here on the journey together. And I'm just going to share some of my ideas and personal journey here tonight. So first off, let's begin with a couple deep breaths, because I think that can benefit all of us. And so let's breathe in together. Just coming into the here and now. Connecting to our bodies. Realizing, I don't know about you, but sometimes I can be so in my head, I forget that I've got a body here and that my head sits on, that my mind sits on. And so maybe just squeezing your shoulders a little bit as you take a couple deep breaths. So as we're first beginning, right? Breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation. This idea of breath and this fascination and the amazing reality that you and we don't really think about it throughout the day, and yet we breathe and oxygen moves into our body and works into our cells and through our bloodstream, and it is an incredible process, right? And when we think about this a step further, I've written here, it's no trees and no life, right? If it weren't for the trees outside, no ocean, no life, right? If I've looked it up, they say that 70% of the oxygen that we are breathing in is from the oceans, right? The phytoplankton in the oceans, all the plants in the oceans provide us oxygen to be alive right now. No desert sands, no life. I read or saw a documentary that talked about how the Sahara desert the desert over in Africa, literally that sand gets blown through the atmosphere, like through the sky, and then coats the Amazon rainforest and plays a huge role in the health of the rainforests in the Amazon, which also is an incredible oxygen provider for all of us. So no breath, no life. So just a reminder, right, as we're beginning today, to reconnect to our breath often, right? To reconnect to our breath often. You know, when I'm feeling worked up, stressed out, overwhelmed, how might I return to my breath? And maybe it's just a couple deep breaths. Maybe it's a 5-minute practice that I could start, utilizing regularly. But just returning to our breath is super important. Research continues to show the importance of taking time to breathe intentionally. They say that, like this research says, that our comfort will increase, relaxation, pleasantness, vigor, and alertness, and reduced symptoms of arousal, anxiety, depression, anger, and confusion. So if you are curious to learn more, to dive in more to the power of the breath, I would recommend a couple things. I would do a little bit of just diving in on YouTube with like breath work practices, or a breath work, mindful breath work or mindful breathing. So just to dive in and explore a little further, you can also, those of you who are more science minded, I would highly encourage like diving into some research, like typing in on Google, like breath work research, or research on the power of the breath. And just, you'll see lots of articles pop up, you'll see lots of research pop up, and you can kind of explore further as to how powerful it is to slow down and to breathe not just into our lungs, but into our tummy, and to really just come back into our bodies regularly throughout the day. And again, to close on this breath piece, on this slide, essential oils, for me, this is part of the reason I will share Young Living essential oils for the rest of my life. I'm 41 right now, and I anticipate I will be sharing Young Living oils for the rest of my life because of the people that are putting essential oils in diffusers, or wearing these plant essences on the back of their neck or on their wrists. I know I use Young Living essential oils for like my cologne and my perfume, and my cologne, my deodorant. Perhaps you do as well. But just for me, when I breathe in my cologne, it just reminds me to slow down, to take some deep breaths. So here's to breath awareness increasing for all of us. This is a great little tip from Dr. Andrew Huberman. And this guy would be an incredible person to write down if you're taking notes as you listen today. He's got a podcast, a YouTube channel, does incredible interviews with lots of different doctors that are doing awesome research just on body, mind, spirit wellness. So he posted this, a physiological sigh. So this is a deep nasal inhale. So you would go in through the nose, and then you're going to do a second brief nasal inhale. So it'd be, right? So two inhales, a deep nasal inhale followed by a second brief nasal inhale, and then a full exhale via the mouth. So try it again, a big inhale through the nose, and a second little one through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth. And he calls this a physiological sigh. He shares this because a lot of folks, kind of like aren't fans of breath work, because people are always talking about it being yogic and it's breath work. But he just says, this breathing pattern reverses hypoxia, occurs in sleep too, and also happens to be the fastest way to de-stress. And their lab, the Stanford Medical Lab that he works in, has shown that done deliberately, this physiological sigh is the fastest way to de-stress, to improve mood, and lower our heart rate. So again, here's to us showing up for our breath today, each day, mindfully, just slowing down a little bit, right? I know for me, even teaching this workshop, right? I've got a certain amount of content and a certain amount of time, and sometimes I can feel like I've got a speed, and it's like, hold on. This is a workshop on breath, feelings, essential oils, and meditation. Let's also breathe while we're hanging out together. So, second piece, feelings. I was raised in a household by two counselors. My mom and my dad both were counselors, school counselors. And so I was taught from a very early age that the many feelings, right? There are so many feelings here, us being humans together. There are so many feelings that we can experience in a given day, right? And so just continuing to notice these feelings, right? And to notice, right? I'm not always joyful and grateful. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed and sad, right? Other times I'm happy, or other times I'm stressed out, right? Or anxious, right? So just paying attention to this process, right? That each of us goes through of dealing with these feelings, and just paying attention to these feelings. Not like for me here, the last few years, it's, I've been in therapy over the last 4 years. And one of the things I've been learning is like, just as a human, is it's not all roses. It's not all happy feelings all the time. Right. And having walked with my mom through her last days of life, it's been an extra emotional journey here the last year and a half. I've been feeling sad and angry and all the feelings, right? And perhaps you can relate, you have your own journey going on. So here's to all of us, just continuing to pay attention to the feelings, to not write off any of the feelings as bad, right? We're all human. Sometimes we feel angry, sometimes we feel super happy, and it's this process. So let me just speak to some of these, the pieces, right? This is from Harvard. Smells are handled by the olfactory bulb, the structure in the front of the brain that sends information to the other areas of the body's central command for further processing. So odors take a direct route to the limbic system, including the amygdala and the hippocampus, the regions related to emotion and memory. And so there's a huge, amazing connection between oils, smells, and feelings, right? I have memories of different scents, right? Childhood memories that are connected to smells, right? I don't know about you, but I'll smell like freshly cut grass, and it takes me to elementary school, being on the playground. And so this connection between smells and feelings is not just a made up reality. This is science, right? The olfactory bulb, the amygdala, and the hippocampus, like, we are connecting when we're breathing in and we're smelling, we're connecting to emotions and memories. So research has found a link between an upbeat mental state and improved health, including lower blood pressure, reduced risk for heart disease, healthier weight, better blood sugar levels, and longer life. So something to just keep in mind, right? So I don't want to, I've been in a more sad state over the last year and a half, right? Because I wanted my mom to live another 20 years, right? But how can I show up for those sad feelings, those overwhelmed feelings, those angry feelings, and also not sit in those feelings all day, every day, right? Because my health, my cells are responding to my feelings, right? So when I spend 4 hours in an angry state, my cells are feeling that. My cells are experiencing that. And this is National Institutes of Health. My health will be improved by me choosing the gratitude, the joy, the harmony, the peace, right? So showing up for the feelings that aren't so lovely and aren't so wonderful, journaling, talking to somebody, talking to a therapist, maybe doing a feelings kit meditation to just show up for those feelings, right? And then how can I also then find my way back to gratitude? How can I find my way back to peace? How can I find my way back to harmony? So mind-body research is continuing to expand, and our ability to show up for our feelings will support us today and forever. So we want to continue to find tools that we can access to support our healing and transformation. So maybe part of your transformation journey is using your oils, right? Maybe part of your transformation journey is getting outside, right? Sometimes that can be really helpful, right? When we're in our heads or we're in our feelings and we're feeling super overwhelmed, sometimes just going outside for 5-10 minutes and taking some deep breaths can bring us back to the earth, right? And out of that overwhelmed state. So just throwing out ideas as we're hanging out tonight. All right, so what are essential oils? Essential oils are the lifeblood of a plant, and when these plants are grown in the right conditions, harvested at the correct time, and distilled with the utmost care, they can aid in keeping our bodies healthy and well, which is how our bodies were intended to be. Essential oils are composed of teeny molecules, and these molecules are so small that they can pass through our tissues and directly into our cells. And our systems are super effective and can transport these molecules all over our bodies within a matter of minutes. So not only are we're focused on breath, slowing down throughout the day, reconnecting to our breath, finding gratitude just for the gift that the trees and the oceans, right, that we're even alive right now is a miracle in and of itself. So breathing that in, and then we're showing up for the feelings that we, as humans, we walk through each day. And we're showing up for all those feelings and recognizing the power of emotion and how that impacts our bodies, right? And our physical wellness. And then essential oils, right? We're looking at these essential oils. How might these support us, right? How could these be a tool in our wellness box that we could utilize to support us on this life journey, right? And so Young Living has been around sharing oils with the world over the last 28 years. Young Living has 25 seed to seal farms around the world. They are an industry leader in testing. So from the time, the seed is planted to the time that oil gets bottled up and sent to us, or that product gets sent, bottled up and sent to us. They do incredible testing to make sure we're getting the best of the best. And Young Living has over 600 products with members all over the globe. So the Seed to Seal promise is part of the reason I've been using Young Living oils specifically since 2006, because I trust that the way they're handling the seeds, they're harvesting, they're taking care of the plants, and they're also testing them and then bottling them up and sending them out. I just feel incredibly blessed. I've been to some farms to have seen that in action and just feel really grateful for the Young Living Seed to Seal promise. So again, multiple ways to use these oils. I typically go topical and aromatic. So again, we're all different, but I'm most of the time doing the topical application and the aromatic. So tonight, when we do this little meditation at the end of this workshop, I literally just breathe in the oil from the bottle. So just slowing down and breathing the oil in from the bottle, just that aromatic, just breathing in the oil is amazing, right? And you can put it in a diffuser and have that fill the room, right? With these teeny tiny molecules, and allow those to float throughout the room to bring relaxation, to bring yummy scents to the room, to bring wellness gifts to the room, right? So we can use a diffuser, we can just breathe them in. And then the other method is topical. Okay, so topical application would mean, all right, I personally currently use my cologne and my deodorant are essential oils. So I love some specific oils, but right now I'll just show how I do it. I take a drop. This is release oil. And I know there's some release oil in there, so we're going to just be patient. There it comes. All right, so a drop of release oil. Breathe it in, and then I will just apply it on the side of my body up into my underarms. This is how I do my cologne and my deodorant every day. Recently, I overdid it on a run, and so my calf muscles got super tight after that run. And so I got some of my favorite oils for muscles. I was using rosemary essential oil, Panaway essential oil. What else? Basil essential oil. And then I also had the OrthoSport massage oil that Young Living has. And so I would massage that onto my calf muscles and into my feet and to support my muscles. So applying oils topically can be a great way to support yourself. And then the third way is internal and dietary. So there is a Young Living has a vitality line. So if you're curious to learn more, just type in Young Living vitality line, and it literally will pop up. You'll be able to go through and see the different oils that you could mix into a marinade or make a dressing or make a lemonade, or a lavender lemonade, or a scone. You know, you could do lemon scones or lavender scones. Lots of options for you on in the vitality line. So speaking of oils, the Feelings Kit, I already shared at the beginning. This has been my absolute favorite product that Young Living has. It's got these 6 oils in it, and I just love diving in with these. So we will do a nice little, I think I'll just do like a 5-minute meditation with these oils, and we'll just kind of cruise from one oil to the next. And there is no correct way to use these oils, right? There is your way, my way. We all get to figure out how to use these oils to support us. Okay. So for me, I like just breathing them in. So let's start with present time. And if you want to screenshot these graphics, you're welcome to. So present time, we're just coming back to the now, right? Right here, right now. Feeling our breath, hearing the sounds in the room. Maybe you can hear outside of your house if you're really still and in this moment now. Oftentimes our minds are really focused on the future or really focused on the past, and sometimes we forget the gift and the blessing that it is to be here and now. So this meditation is just inviting us to come right back here, right back to our breath, maybe touching our shoulders, coming into this present moment, realizing we're not just a mind going through the day. We're also an amazing body. We've got organs and lungs pumping and muscles working and joints working, right? Cells pumping, cells doing their thing, blood pumping, right? So coming back into the present moment. Take a nice deep breath. So present time oil. Again, if you want to experience an extended version of this meditation, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm Aaron, Aaron Lahman, Lahman. You're welcome to follow me on Instagram and or Facebook. I am trying to do a Feelings Kit meditation once a week, but it's been a little less regular here the last few months. But yeah, just keep an eye out, and I'll keep doing those here going forward. Next oil is Valor. So Valor, again, slowing down, taking a deep breath, screenshotting this if you will, if you want to. But Valor, Valor, right, or Valor in English is courage, right? Valor in Spanish, Valor is courage, bravery, strength. And so every single one of us that's listening tonight or watching this on replay on YouTube or here live on Zoom with me, every single one of us has an amazing amount of courage and strength and bravery and resilience, right? What you've walked through, what they're walking through, what I'm walking through, what I've walked through, right? We all have such It's right. We're all on the journey, the human journey. There's highs, there's lows. And to be alive today takes courage, right? It takes valor or valor. And so we're just acknowledging that strength that we have within us. Breathing that in. Taking a moment to just be proud of ourselves for the courage that we have inside of us, the bravery that we have inside of us. And maybe there's a zone in your life right now that you want that courage to grow, right? Maybe there's a zone in your life. Maybe it's a new habit. Maybe it's in a relationship or a hard conversation that you want to have. And you want that bravery, that courage to grow. So seeing that world, that part of your journey, and breathing that valor, that courage, that strength into that area of your life. Third oil is release. And so release oil is just having a conversation. A lot of this meditation for me is just having a conversation with ourselves. Like where in Aaron's life, where in your life are you ready to release, right? You got programmed. We all got programmed and downloaded a lot of different stories from our childhood, from our family systems, from our school systems, from our other cultural systems that we're a part of, right? And we now, right, me at 41, you at whatever age you are, we get to look at those downloads. We get to look at those programs. And I think just taking taking some time, maybe journaling about this. What are the programs that have been super helpful to you, right? So for me, right, a program that's been super helpful is my parents supporting me to feel all my feelings, right? To talk through, to process, to feel the sadness, to feel the happy, to feel all of the feelings. So that's something I'm grateful for. But then as I look at the programs, what are the programs that I want to switch or shift or change, right? Yeah, I know, like my parents were amazing. I'm sure your parents were amazing. Perhaps they were awesome. And also there were programs that we all got downloaded that perhaps we're ready to let go of, or to release. So again, perhaps it's like putting release oil in a diffuser, pulling out your journal, and doing some journaling about what programs, what beliefs you want to release. Taking a nice deep breath. What's a program that I want to release? I'm continuously releasing this program that time is running out, that time is going too fast. And the way that I can switch that, right, is when I start to feel that come up for me, I can legit find an oil, you get outside and take a few deep breaths, right? There's plenty of time, right? And even practice that affirmation. There's plenty of time. Again, I know we're coming up on 5:30. If you have to go, I totally respect that. I'm going to keep rocking. This will be on YouTube for those of you who do need to go. For those of you who want to watch the rest later. But I'll just keep rolling with this because I want to give this full session. All right, so forgiveness oil is the next one. So again, having the conversation, right? Each of us is on this unique journey through life, through time and space. None of us is identical. We've all got our unique challenges, our unique blissful moments, right? We're all on this journey, with unique eyes, unique perspectives. So having a conversation with forgiveness. So just like that release oil, we're having a conversation. We're looking at the programs and the beliefs and the experiences and the downloads we got, and we're identifying what we're ready to shift, what we're ready to switch or change. This also might require us to have a conversation. So forgiveness and release might be back-to-back oils that we journal with. Or maybe we want to explore this with our therapist or with a close friend, right? So maybe it's journaling, maybe it's talking with somebody. wow, I'm really still carrying some resentment from back in the day, or bitterness from the back in the day, or from that experience. Maybe I'm ready to release or forgive that person or that experience a little bit. Maybe I'm ready to release or forgive myself a little bit. So again, having these conversations with ourselves takes a lot of courage, right? Takes a lot of presence to show up and just be like, okay, where am I still holding, right? Where in my body am I holding resentment or bitterness? How can I release some of these programs or forgive these experiences that I've had? Thanks for being here today. Thanks for being here with me. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate you being here as well. Next two oils, harmony and inner child. So harmony. So again, presence rising, courage rising, conversations with ourselves about release and forgiveness, right? Where are we ready to release? What are we ready to forgive? Are we ready to forgive? How might we be ready to forgive? Maybe we need to talk to somebody to help ourselves. Maybe we need to write a letter to somebody to help ourselves forgive. And then harmony, I like to take this oil. I love just because that release and forgiveness can be quite intense, quite heavy. So I kind of like to just imagine myself pouring just loving kindness all over my body, pouring this harmony, this tranquility, this peaceful energy all over my body. Maybe it's just grabbing my shoulders and saying, here, I'm allowing harmony to rise in my cells. Here's to harmony expanding throughout my body. Here's to harmonious thoughts filling my mind. Here's to harmony filling my relationships. Maybe there's a relationship that needs some harmony right now. So breathing that in. Maybe it's somebody we just want to send some harmony, some peaceful energy to, a peaceful prayer to. And the final oil is inner child. And for me, a couple things come to mind. Presence, right? The child inside of me is like right here, right now. I am curious. I am wanting to be in the moment. I'm not thinking about 4 weeks from now. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm like right here, right now. That inner child, that little kid inside is like, oh my goodness, I've got eyes. My eyes are open. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at how the clouds are shaped tonight. Look at that leaf, right? The inner child in me is like in awe of everything. They're just paying attention, right, in the moment. And then also, this is another reflective oil that you could spend some time with, right? You can spend some time with in a journal, but this inner child, right? What is little Aaron, right? What is little Aaron inside? Yes, I'm 41, but I also have this little kid inside, right? I got this little kid inside who got some downloads, got some programs. And so maybe that inner child is inviting me to dance tonight. Maybe that inner child is saying, hey, make sure you get outside tonight. Maybe that inner child is asking me to order a coloring book, right? Maybe it's like, you know what? I just need to color. I want to slow down, shut down my electronics. And I just want to or maybe I just want to read. Maybe I just want to read a fictional book and just dive into some book and some, maybe your inner child is inviting you there. So again, here's to presence rising, courage, valor rising. Here's to the conversations we're having with ourselves about where we want to release, what we want to shift, what we want to forgive. Are we ready to forgive? Can we forgive? Here's to our breath awareness growing. Here's to harmony filling our cells and our whole body. And here's to us having this inner child conversation. Again, as I said, feel free to follow me on Instagram if you want to hear a longer more in-depth meditation with the feelings kit, you can just peruse my Instagram or my Facebook page. Aaron Lahman is my name. And yeah, and here's to you. If you do have the feelings kit, or if you have other oils, or if you're planning to order the feelings kit, here's to you kind of diving in and exploring how it, like what you're led to, right? I've been enjoying this process with the meditations. Maybe there's another way you'll use the oils, the feelings kit oils, to support you in your transformational process. So again, if you're brand new to the Young Living world, welcome. If you've been in the Young Living world for a while, welcome back. And to close, a lot of us Young Living members choose to look at this Young Living lifestyle, and we just think about the different products that we want to use, that we could switch out other products, right? So instead of me going to Sprouts to get my vitamins, I'm getting my vitamins from Young Living. Instead of going to Walgreens to get my my cleaning products, I get the Thieves cleaning line. So it's this transfer buying process. And so Sarah and I, my wife and I, have been on loyalty rewards for over a decade now. And so I just every month kind of update my wellness box. So if you're not on loyalty rewards yet, it's worthwhile to consider, at least dive in and like learn more about it, or ask the person who invited you to this call to tell you more about loyalty rewards. But Sarah and I receive 25% back in points each month. So every time we order, 25 points, 25 points, or however many products we order that month, we'll get a certain amount of points back to be used on free product. So I just recently used like 70 of our points on some of my favorite other products that I really enjoy, that Sarah and I really enjoy. So definitely check in with your friend or your oily teammate about loyalty rewards to learn more. But also just play around on the website and see what different products that you might want to explore. Again, it's all loyalty rewards is all about you and your goals, right? It's not about me telling you what you should buy. It's you kind of saying, all right, I really want to increase my energy. Okay, let me look to see what Young Living has for energy. I really I'm starting this fitness routine. I want to make sure I get the right supplements. So you kind of explore that. So find your way, dive in, explore loyalty rewards, and see if it fits you. Welcome. Yeah, this is a Living Well Now event. We do our best to offer a few online workshops each month. We have some private Facebook groups. If you are on the Living Well Now team and you haven't yet signed up for the Living Well Now, our little private groups on Facebook, and you'd like to, reach out to your upline, to whoever enrolled you, or reach out to me and I'll help make sure you get in our group. And we also, for people who like growing businesses, who like sharing the oils or teaching workshops like this, we also offer trainings and support structures and resources for business partners as well. So if you haven't joined Young Living before, definitely check in with the friend who invited you to listen in here today. I would say ask them, like you just go to youngliving.com and make sure you get their member ID so you can join their team. And if you order on loyalty rewards, you'll automatically get 24% off. Or if your first order is 100 PV or more, you'll automatically get 24% off. So those are your two ways to get the 24% off and to not pay the retail price. So I would highly recommend either doing the loyalty rewards route to dive into a wellness box, or you might choose to just do a first order. Maybe you just want to order the feelings kit and you just want to do that by itself. Without getting on loyalty rewards, that's also okay. Anyway, here's to the journey. Next week, I'll be teaching a Thieves 101 workshop. So if you are curious about the Thieves cleaning line, the Thieves toothpaste, all the Thieves products the Young Living has, I'll be hosting that next week, same time. And it's instead of on next Thursday, it'll be next Wednesday evening. So anyway, sending you love on the journey. Thanks for being here. Here's to each of us continuing to make one day at a time habit changes, right? At the end of the day, it's just one day at a time, and it's identifying what little shifts we want to make, and what I'm shifting, what you're shifting. here's to courage rising in all of our lives, and wellness as well. So wishing you a beautiful rest of your night. And those of you who watch this on YouTube after the fact, be in touch if we can be supportive, if I can be supportive. Yeah, just know we're here for you, and look forward to supporting you. All right. Have a beautiful night. Thanks so much.